Hey yo, I smoke dust and shoot cops, sold guns to Tupac, smoke blunts with Biggie Smalls and sold drugs on new lots. I was too young, couldn't get up in clubs back in the old days. We used to rob and terrorize kids in front of home base.
YouTube, salute here with another Patreon request, self-titled and Buckwild. If I could write a rhyme, shout out to my Patreon members. And if you want to join and support my channel, Patreon information is below. Patreon.com/KofiUniverse. Or you can use Venmo, CashApp, PayPal, Streamlabs if you want to make a donation. Let's check this song out.
Y'all got self-titled questions, I got self-titled answers. On how I started, how I represent Tampa. I know you're used to hearing me on some wild out shit, yelling at the top of my lungs how my nine gon' spit. But I got more styles than sick, and I've been doing this for Fahrenheit 813 since 93. I've been making beats and writing rap sheets, mischievous teenager with a creative outlet to release anger. Booty shake bass music, I was into that. Poison Clan, 2 Live Crew, that's what got me into rap. Looping tracks with fast hi-hats and 808s, 4-track machine with the high-speed cassette tape. Now keep in mind, I was a fan, but as MCs we all are, and very few of us become stars. Went from blasting Magic Mike to grabbing a mic, tried to sound like Spice One and not Rapper's Delight. From E40 to Ice Cube, the West Coast had a lot to do with the type of beats I'd write to. But still the Juice Crew was one of my faves. Never discriminated whether New York or LA. And around the mid-90s, I became fascinated with the Lord Finesse style of slick rhyming. The Redmans, the Big L's, the Das Effects, Ras Kass and Chino XL type of records. So guess what? Self-titled emerged, bowling ball style, running through pins, author of murderous words. And I was set to rip every verse I put down. 17 years old and rapping, I'm pretty good now.
Okay, y'all. So verse 1, self-titled, shouting out Tampa Bay, Florida, letting you know that where he's repping, 813. Then he talking about how he started in 93, and he started off with the booty shaking bass music from 2 Live Crew, Poison Clan. And, he was recording, his music, looping tracks, the 4-track machine. I remember the 4-track machine when me and my boy Dorado was rapping at that time. So we went from Spice One, not Rapper's Delight, E40 to Ice Cube. That West Coast hip hop had a lot to do with him writing his rhymes, but he never discriminated because it was always East Coast and West Coast he had all love for. We talking about Big L, Redman, Das Effects. Going back to the West Coast, Ras Kass, Chino XL. So he always had love for all. Let's keep going.
I'm from a city that don't have much hip-hop roots, so I felt compelled to form a hip-hop group. See, I was once on some go against the norm, flow fast and write rhymes in complex forms. It was kinda ill at the time, cause really the only other choice was Puffy and Mace and the Big Willie Club joints. So I got my act together and eventually met 2 other MCs that rap together. We was all on that underground vibe, Cellar Dwellers, Cool Keith, Tribe and Organized. I was kinda out of my mind, a weird guy, cut designs in my facial hair, fucked around with beard dye. It was me, Magic and Dutch, and we had a lot of fun. Thought we were smart, named ourselves Equilibrium. That's right. And had a label called Atomic with Walkman and Cramtronics laying down cuts on it. I stayed poly in 24/7. And in 1997 started recording our first record. Then my phone rang, didn't know who it was from. Some guy that called himself Apathy the Alien Tongue. Heard I had production, and I could rhyme too. He was from the north, and knew some Jedi mind dudes. Plus he had a crew better than any squad. Couple months later they was calling me a demigod. I started shopping my demo aggressively. Landed on the desk of Bud's Distribution NYC. Next thing you know I got a single on wax and an offer for a job in New York. So my bag was packed.
Okay, let's get into verse 2. So he gives you his story of what was going on in 93 and moving forward to 95. We're talking about Cellar Dwellers. I love Cellar Dwellers, man. Them dudes are so tight. Cool Keith, one of my favorite MCs of all time. Trial Called Quest, Organized Confusion. The type of underground vibe he was looking at. And then he linked up with Alphany and, the JMT, Jedi Mind Tricks. The car called him a demigod. His demo ended up on Buzz Distribution NYC in New York. And that's how he everything went from there. So let's keep going to verse 3. This shit is banging.
And a Floridian in New York, white Cuban boy that says nigga and eats pork. So you could call me foul, but back then I didn't care. I would do whatever to catch a listener's ear. So I submerged myself in the local scene. New Eurekan wetlands, tramp speed, SOBs. That guy Apathy, he's from Connecticut. So we would link up and write songs to make records with. The label I was messing with, they was feeling it. So then we had vinyl distribution at our fingertips. The Demigod's onslaught was in full motion. 20 singles in 2000 with no promotion. My name was everywhere, for beats or for features. But best believe I had a fuckload of non-believers. Masterminded an underground persona. Dirty mouth punchline, wild animal down to bring the drum. I made a lot of friends from Boston to Philly. Never thought this many heads would say they really feeling me. So you gotta respect that. And when Vinny Paz asked me to join the army, I was like, bet. Then Jimmy Iovine's assistant insisted that me and Apathy make a little visit for business. The deal fell through, but Atlantic picked that up. We expanded the gods in LA with more rappers. Then Cage got smacked up. I remember punching him. I remember pressing up his diss songs at trumpet. I remember having him so scared, chain smoking in the back room at his show just cause I was there. He was drugged up and panicked, couldn't face me, he was frantic. Snuck behind with a bottle and then he ran quick. That's how a little man fights a giant. Cowardly lion, and God strike me down if I'm lying. But I've moved past that, it's all gravy. I was on an album executively produced by Jay-Z. Tours with Mike Shinoda, getting paper with Fort Minor. My worldwide exposure is a sore reminder. To those who think I'm gonna disappear, but it's pretty obvious that I ain't going nowhere. I am a hater's worst nightmare that got fans, and I gain more and more every time I drop jams.
Okay, let's break down verse 3, the last verse. So he talks about, Florida native going to New York at 19, white Cuban boy doing his thing, linking up with Alphony, which is from Connecticut. He started writing rhymes, doing their things. Demigods formed 20 singles in 2000. Moving forward, the mastermind of an underground persona, he made a lot of friends on the East Coast. We're talking about Boston, New York, Philadelphia, Connecticut, Rhode Island, so on and so forth. Hooked up with Vinny Paz, and Vinny Paz asked him if he want to join Armies of the Pharaohs, and he was like, bet that for sure, let's do that. So they expanded to LA, more rappers got caught, as far as like, let's do this thing. At his little scuffle, Jay-Z executive produced. He was on the album executive produced by Jay-Z, which he was happy about. So that's his little, how he can write a rhyme, start of the story, which is great. Self-titled always gets overlooked by some people, not all people, but he's a hip-hop legend. I'm going to give him that. He's done so much in hip-hop, and the way his versatility is, his rhymes, you would think this man's past went platinum, but to me, he has went platinum, especially with the real hip-hop heads. Post your comments below. Hope smash Black Panther the like button, subscribe to my channel, click the bell icon to be notified when I upload new content and go live. If you'd like to support and donate to the channel, I have Venmo, CashApp, PayPal, Streamlabs. You can join Patreon. Patreon.com/KofiUniverse. Until next time, peace.